photo. Awesome, awesome. All right, so first to business. I'm Letitia M, and this is going to be about automating your social media. We want to see those posts going out often. We want to see them going out to multiple different platforms, right? And we want to see our businesses grow while we're doing that. So first off, Wayne is on Team Twilight. Marianne, level up. Woo, woo. Tracy, Team Eclipse. Christine is from Eclipse and she is from Arkansas. I have, what is that? Oh no, I skipped it. Okay, there we go. I skipped somebody. Okay, there we go. Debrila is from Twilight. I almost skipped you and I couldn't figure out where you were. Deanne, Skyline, Mark. All right, Mark, you are from Teen Sunset and he is a silver consultant. Love it, love it, love it. You guys are just awesome. As you're coming in, put your team name in there. I would love to be able to shout you out. I'll get to some more a little bit later, but we want to make sure that we're getting started on time, right? Time is of the essence. Everybody has to be on time for something. Why not be on time for your best thing? So let's get this party started. And boom. So I'm going to share a different screen now because I'm a multitasker. So when we talk about what you're doing with your social media, you should definitely be posting on multiple platforms. Don't just let Facebook do the heavy lifting for you or Instagram do the heavy lifting for you. There are so many different ways that you can get your message out there. So we do have Facebook and you have your personal and your business page. And you have to smartly kind of know what you're doing between those two. You have Twitter. Yes, Twitter. Some people still hit me up through Twitter. Give some good information out through that. YouTube. If you're creating any videos, you should also be putting them on YouTube. YouTube now has a, like they have the mini videos as well as the long videos. So they have some that kind of scroll just like TikTok does. Speaking of TikTok, get some videos out there and we're going to show you how. And yet, and let's not forget Instagram. And there's so many other ones that I'm leaving out. And it's up to you where you want to post. But I highly suggest that you are always maximizing and going onto different platforms. So when you do that, you're going to increase that visibility. But how can you make sure you're capitalizing on what you're increasing? Well, when you only post once a day, you may get feedback from about 5 people. Or if you have over 1,000 people, you want to think of 5%. So when you are posting once a day, remember, social media feeds are constantly moving, right? So it could have been the best post. It could have been the most interesting information that you provided. It could have been the most awesome deal. You could have put like your whole bloodline into that, right? But if that feed is moving constantly, how likely is most of the people that you are going to be posting to going to see that information? You have to also think about the times that people are heavily active. So you have some people who are heavily active very early in the morning. It's like they wake up, they turn over, they wipe that one piece of coal out their eye and their phone is magically in their hand. And then you have people who might want to get their day started. They're checking it throughout the day. They may not start until the afternoon. Then you have those, warriors who they've gotten their kids home. Everybody is settled. Now they're ready to play. So when you're posting just once or twice a day, you're definitely not maximizing the hours that people are on. And remember, you're not just thinking about your time zone. Think about all of the different time zones that people are in. And if your brand is reaching international people, then you definitely want to make sure you're posting all hours of the day because they're going to be checking it all hours of the day. During the informational meeting, we asked that one question: how many times are you on social media? And some people say all the time. But what if they still don't see your posts because, you are posting limitedly on some social medias? So this is going to teach you why it is important to do that. So posting 3, 4, or more is definitely how you're going to get those engagements, get your information into people's face without having to pay for boosting, right? You're boosting it yourself. And you can even repost some of the things that you've already posted, especially if you're trying to make sure you're reaching people in different time zones. How do you want to make sure that people are constantly circulating your stuff? Every once in a while, do a poll, run a contest. Don't just post about your information. Everybody in this room right now is a travel agent, right? So if we're all using BranchUp, we're all pretty much putting a lot of the same information out there. So how do you combat that? You combat that with your mock bookings, because those are going to be something uniquely you design. You can create a mock booking that has excursions built into it. So you want to make sure that you are always doing some mock bookings and creating your own branding and imaging to be able to post. You also have, like I said, you can run a different contest. You can run I'm doing right now a share and like my page, share my information. Hey, and I'm going to pick some winners. And on Mondays, I'm going to be giving out these free vouchers for vacations, right? And all they have to do is pay the taxes and fees. And so I didn't have to boost those posts. I let the customers do that for me, or my potential customers, right? Do that for me by liking my page. It shows on their page that they just liked SLM booking. So then somebody might say, well, what is that? By sharing my information, sharing one of my posts, somebody else, I just now tapped into a whole different downline that I may not have access to. So people be able to see that. So that's just, awesome, amazing, love it. So when you post multiple times a day, when you're doing all of these different things to be able to engage your audience, you're creating something totally different from my business, from the next business, from the next business, because your information is going to look different than mine. So that's important stuff. And so you want to have a strategy with everything that we do as agents. We are our own brand. We are our own champions for our brand. And so we want to have a marketing strategy with everything that we do. Whether you are a consultant who is deciding that you want to mentor, you still have to have a plan and make sure you're executing it based off of what you want to accomplish. So create new content. Definitely use BranchUp. If you're not using BranchUp, you're just selling yourself short. And you can also use those BranchUp posts to put on other social media sites. All you have to do is copy the link that they're using, even if you want to copy the wording into a post going onto a different site, and it will grab that same picture, right? So that the post will generally look the same as it does on all of your other social medias. Next, you want to make sure that you select how you're going to post. So I do have a video talking about make your business make sense. It's on YouTube as well. That one tells you what you should be saying on different social media. You don't have to copy the same paragraph or the same 2 sentences for every social media, because people are on there for different reasons. So every once in a while, you want to make sure that you're editing what you're putting on Facebook versus what you're putting on Instagram, especially versus what you're putting on TikTok or Twitter. People speak differently there, so should your post. The photos or videos can be the same, right? But you might want to use more hashtags in Instagram and in Twitter. You might want to use just some keywords and pointing to your website on TikTok, because it's not a lot in that feed. Or you want to say a little funny phrase, maybe not the same information that you put there. So it's definitely important for you to make sure that when you are posting on these different sites, that you're making those posts make sense for the type of site it's on. Say you're using Pinterest and you're posting a lot of your offers, a lot of beautiful photos, or just some memes on there that have to do with travel, and you want to make it fun. You still want to make sure that you're categorizing it correctly, that everything is streamlined, and that it makes sense to that person. So for example, if you have a folder and it says Jamaica trips, or I love destination weddings, destination weddings, you don't want to have the wrong type of information in there. You want to make sure that everything is staying to where it's supposed to be, so that if somebody is connecting with your brand, it makes sense all the way around. So watch that video if you need a little bit of guidance on what you should be saying and how you should be saying it to the different audiences, especially LinkedIn. You can also make sure in strategy too that you are creating enough material that it will allow you to automate your posts for 1, maybe even 2 weeks. I used to do it at a month at a time sometimes. It's harder with this industry to be able to do it, but it's not impossible. And then step 3 is to take that day off to set it up. So if you normally have a lot of clients that you meet, if you have children, then you want to take maybe 2 days at night after you put them to sleep, and you're just setting up your social media based off of all the flyers, videos, and maybe other information. And the formula is always, not to say it's the same, you can mix it up, but the formula should be about your business. So some of the vacations, some of the deals you're offering, or anything like that. So you can do maybe 2 of those kind of posts a day. Then you want to do something that is informative, a tip, a travel tip, packing tips, why it's important to get to the airport early, why it's important to maybe even have a hotel the night or weekend before you go on a cruise, because of a lot, so you're also showing missed opportunities for other agents and not grabbing those deals, right? So you want to make sure you're giving them something other than just promoting in their face. People love it when you give them tips, when you give them tools, when you give them advice. It may be something they already knew, but you put a different spin on it and you're like, oh, I'm going to start doing it from now on. Or it could be just a totally new concept for them and you've helped that customer out. You can even use the blog or some of the links that we have on our Evo site, because they do have some good information, and you can just make it into a post. Make it easy for you. You don't have to do that much research, right? So you want to make sure that your formula is staying that tight. Also, something fun. Create a meme or use a meme. Memes are available on, I know Vax Vacations has some in their marketing page. They have some memes that you can share, that you can look up memes and just have fun with what you do with travel. And your people will thank you for it. They will love your little posts. They will love everything that you do. And they'll start sharing it automatically, because especially when we have something that either pulls on our heartstrings or that was so funny that we literally almost peed ourselves, right? We're going to share it. So you want to make sure you're sharing something other than, hey, I have this trip here. Hey, I have these tickets for this. You want to make sure it's making sense. So let's get into that automated. You said, can I put heck yeah. I would say do 1 tip a day, or at least 3 tips a week. So you don't have to do a tip every day, but at least doing them 3 times a week. And then you also want to make sure that you are, if you're doing memes, like I put the memes sometimes on my personal page, or I put like funny little things on my page. I may even just see a beautiful destination. And when I say on my page, I mean on my personal page. So that way, when I do talk about travel on my personal page, my friends and family don't seem like I'm just spamming them all the time with these deals. So I'll only put a deal on there every once in a while. Most of the time I'm talking on my personal page, showing the memes, having fun, engaging people that way. And then, so when I throw something up there for SLM bookings, they're like, oh yeah, let me check this out, because I've constantly been keeping conversations going. And my YouTube page is youtube.com/SLM bookings, but I'll show it to you at the end as well. All right. And let's see, Letitia, do you recommend going heavier than 411 rule then? You know what? Sometimes, Mark, it depends on what you are trying to specialize yourself in. You want to think about that as well. If you want to be specialized as just, I'm everything, I don't really have a niche, then go heavy, because the different things that you're going to be posting is going to look different every time. But if you're going to be kind of like a niche agent, then you really want to think about, like me, I do destination weddings, I do honeymoons, I do other stuff. Obviously, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to cut my leg off, right? But as far as that, I may only post 2 things about either destination weddings or honeymoons, and then everything else is something else, so that I'm not kind of killing it. I already have Branch Up doing their due diligence. So I'm just there to kind of push you into what I want to talk about. Let's get into this conversation. But I also know everybody is not doing a destination wedding. Everybody is not having their honeymoon. So yes, I'm going to talk about those cruises. I'm going to talk about good deals that I see. I'm going to talk about Valentine's Day. I'm going to talk about it since last month. I'm going to talk about it since the end of December. I was talking about Valentine's Day, okay? Because some people are late planners. So I was constantly just kind of putting it out there. Valentine's Day is coming. Valentine's Day is coming. Don't get those last minute deals. You'll get stuck with whatever's left, right? Now that we're in the month of Valentine's Day, you can talk about, I'm not going to say it's too late for somebody to do a week trip, but what are they most likely to do? A week trip, 2 weeks away, or a weekend getaway? And I was talking to an agent today, and one of the things that I suggested to her about posting in the next 2 weeks, talk about tours and excursions, talk about staycations, because at this point, if someone has not booked something for Valentine's Day, they most likely are not going anywhere. So then let's use our Viator. Yet let's use our golden tickets, and let's create maybe just a staycation type thing. Maybe they still want to get a hotel. You still have other suppliers that you can use, Beds Online, RoomRes. I hate to say it, but even Expedia, right? Where we can get them something that won't be too much out of the budget, help them out by getting maybe a dinner for two, a boat ride, something special by using Viator, and just putting those things out there that Viator has and seeing if you can kind of hook, line, and sinker somebody in, right? And it's so easy to do, and it's fun because then you might find something for yourself. If you didn't make plans for Valentine's Day, you better get on over there. Hey, look, I got a link for Viator I can share with you. And how do you give vouchers? Daniela, you want to talk to your Platinum and see what program they're in, or if they're not in, you might then come back and talk to us, but talk to your Platinum first and see what program they are in, because different teams are in different voucher programs. The one that we're in, we pay a one-time year fee, and then we have access to all of the vouchers that they have available for their, whether it's for hotel stays, airlines, they even have other gifts. And most of the time they only have to pay the taxes and surcharges, but everything has a rule. So when you're running contests and things like that, you have to make sure you stay on those rules. All right, definitely welcome. So when we're talking about posting multiple times a day, let's look at the first guide that will kind of give us license to do that and not make it too complicated, right? So if you're on Facebook, you have access to the Meta Business Suite. The Meta Business Suite can be signed up with all of the businesses that you have. This is their homepage. And the first thing that we can see here is create a post. So if you come in, Viator, I love it, Tim. No, Viator, Viator. And we can talk about that at the end. I can answer that question for you. And I'm going to take myself off the screen because I'm looking over here and over here, so it'll look weird on the video. So I'm going to just nix that. So in Facebook, in the Meta Business Suite that you can access from your professional business page, you can also connect, if you have Instagram, you can connect your Instagram into that as well. So then that way I can create a post that I can either publish now or I can schedule for it to go out. Just like anything in life, we can add a photo or video because we know videos are like kind of where they're at. So let's see what I have. I have so many different videos. All right. I'm gonna just repost the follow us. That's the easiest one for me to do. And so it's going to let me know, hey, do I want to customize it differently to Facebook and Instagram, where I can change the wording for each, for either one? You can do that. If you want it to suggest a time that it stops at for your thumbnail, you can do that, or you can upload a photo for it. And then you're going to create your post. Oh, okay. Maybe spelling. I'm always saying something stupid. So always try to create a post where you can hashtag your own business name. Hashtagging, as everybody know, is important. So even though I have Valentine's Day up there, I'm going to still hashtag Valentine's Day again, or maybe not. There we go. Valentine's 2023 has 74,000 posts. So I'm going to go with that one. And I might even put hashtag follow for follow. There we go. That has 11 million. And if I was doing like Twitter or something like that, I'll show you guys later. It's a bot that I use to kind of create that automatic repost for me. I just don't have one for Facebook and Instagram. And you can put a bunch of other things in here. Romantic, not comedy, romantic day, or day of romance. That's what I'll say. Now, this isn't a romantic post. This is just a post about them coming to like my page. I created it around Halloween. I love it so much that every once in a while, I'll just put it back up there. Timothy, when you create a hashtag for your business, if you have a business name, that's your hashtag. If you're on your Facebook business page, you have to be on there as your business, Megan. And you will see for when it says create a post, it'll automatically bring you in here. Or if you're looking up additional details. So now that I have my post created, I have a couple of hashtags in here. I have my video uploaded. I'm going to either say next or create something else within it. And I'm just going to go next. So I want to schedule this. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to schedule this, and it's going to show me the different times for the different ones. So if I don't want this to go out today, if I want it to go out tomorrow, and I know some of my people on Facebook are a little early risers, so I might put that for 7 a.m. And for Instagram, they're a little bit later, so I might put this for 10 a.m. I don't care that there's 22 back there. It's fine. And then I'm just going to schedule it. Oh, you're definitely going to get better at it. No worries on that. Trust me. I know that this is going to be the easiest part of your day, especially when you start doing it in mass, so that you don't have to keep coming back. Now, the beauty thing of you using this planner is it's also showing you the other post that's automatically set up or that has been set up. And so some of these posts most of these posts are going to be from BranchUp. So then that way, if I see that BranchUp is doing something at a certain time and I want to change the time that I'm doing mine, I can kind of just drag it to reschedule and click on reschedule, and it'll move it for me. So then that way, if you don't want two posts coming out at the same time, kind of bumping heads. So that gives you the capability. Oh, that went to AM. We definitely don't want an AM. Active time, 6 a.m. I told you my people were early. I knew it. All right. So how do I get here was the other question. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in as my business. Now that I am as my business, I'm going to go to my business page. And you should see tools on the side like this when you are managing as your business. And you see Meta Business Suite is right here for us. So when I click on that, it's going to pop that open and boom, we're right where I was at before, right? In here, you can also see any notifications that you receive from anybody who might have been commenting, sharing, or anything with your post. You're also going to be able to have access to your inbox. What I like about this is that because I connected my Instagram, I can come here and see all of my messages, whether it was on Instagram or whether it was on Facebook. Again, you'll be able to create those posts, see what's going on already. You can look at the planner if you want to look at it beforehand. They'll even give you some suggestions on some templates for special occasions and holidays. If you wanted to do an ad, you can come in here and create that ad. If you wanted to see the insights for your business, you can come in here and see the insights as well. And I don't know what All Tools is. Oh, All Tools is just showing you everything in a glance, so that if there's a specific place you wanted to go right off the bat, you can just do that. So this is easy if you don't have a lot of social media going on, right? They make it very easy for you. The next company I want to show you, where do we find pictures to use to post? So if you are doing, let's see, if you're doing a hotel, a resort, some kind of vacation, I usually would Google the name of that resort or hotel, and I just take their pictures, honestly. But if you have Canva, and I'm going to be showing you Canva as well, they have a lot of stock photos that you can use when you're creating your flyers. So if you're doing it flyer style, I definitely would suggest using Canva to get those. It's just amazing. On a computer and not on a phone, you can access Meta on the phone. They just have a separate app you can download to do that. So if you go into Facebook, you go into your business page and you try to see your insights, it will ask you if you want to, I believe if you try to see your insights, it'll ask you if you want to download the Meta app. And it will log you in just like you log in with Facebook. So this one is called Buffer, guys, buffer.com. And Buffer is a tool. I have not used this in a while because I started using something else. But Buffer is a tool where you can set your posts just like we did in Facebook. But they just don't have that many interactions for it. They do have where you can add a lot of different channels. You can connect your startup page, which they give you a free startup page, TikTok, Google business profile, how many people are having problems putting stuff on their business profile. So if you connect, you can definitely be able to do that. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Shopify. So then once you add in which social medias you want to work with, I am not paying for a subscription, so I can only do 3 at a time. So when you create a post on Buffer, you want to select the day, click add to post, grab whatever it is that you want to share at that moment. So we'll do this 7-night stay. Let's see, 7-night. I don't know why I keep doing that. Like, I don't know that's how that works. And when I see it do that, oh, boom, it did it. Okay. So I automatically have the 3 selected that it's going to go to, but I'm going to want to do something to Twitter. So this is where you're going to get access to do that. So I have it going out the 3rd at 8 a.m. And notice how it's opened it up and I can see 3 different social media sites. Now I see Twitter, I see Instagram, and I see LinkedIn. So I'm going to click on the one for Twitter because, and this is where you guys want to make a note. What is going on? It's like not letting me type anything. There we go. So I'm going to put hashtag. And if you're taking a note, Buffer is free. They do have paid subscriptions as well. but I use it for free. So I do RT, IT, BOT. What that means is retweeted bot. So you want to go to Twitter. If you are using Twitter, look up the profile for retweeted bot, follow it, it will follow you. Then every post that you do on Twitter, if you put in the hashtag retweeted bot or RTIT bot, BOT, they will automatically retweet it. So they have thousands over, I think about 1 million followers. So this is going to get retweeted down their downline and everybody will see it. So then you'll most likely get an engagement or two just from them retweeting it, not including the people who you are putting it in their face as well. So that's why I love that. It also gives me the capability to come in here. And like I said, some social media should be talking different. So now my Instagram one, still growing strong. We have over 16 winners so far, and you could be next. Like our page and follow us on other platforms as well. Looking forward to connecting. Because we know LinkedIn is all about connecting. It's all about people wanting to feel like they're connecting with that business. They're connecting with you as an owner. Maybe we can do business together on the side, right? So I'm going to talk a little differently on Instagram than I'm going to talk on Twitter or on LinkedIn than I am going to on Instagram and Twitter. I'm going to leave Instagram the way it is, and I am going to go ahead and schedule this post. And so then you'll see that it has popped up there for the selected time that I have. It gave me a little bit of a bell for Instagram. Instagram has a problem sometimes with the size of your photos and posting. So you do have to download the app on your phone. When this is scheduled to go out, you'll get a notification and you just have to go on the app and approve it to go through. And that's it for this. But as I stated, with them, you can also look at the analytics if you have a paid subscription. Like I said, I'm free on this one. You can also look at any engagements, and they do give you a start page. I just hate it. And so every time I come in here and I'm like, oh, I'm going to design it today, I don't like it. So I end up never doing it. I know. I'm a waste of time on Buffer, but I have used Buffer for a very long time. I've tried and tested. So I can tell you that it is a good site, especially if you're looking for something where you can do multiple different social medias. So let's say for your first month, you use 3 different social medias that you really love. And then the next month you decide, I want to try something new, and you switch out them to maybe get some more engagements going on for some of the other ones you have. That is totally up to you. It's totally fine to do that, because when you switch it up and you're trying to maybe build up those other ones, at least you're using a free site to do it. And then maybe you can use the Facebook one to just post to Facebook and Instagram, maybe while you're building up Twitter and LinkedIn. So, you can still use multiple sites if you don't want to pay for those subscriptions. But you can pay for the subscriptions here, and it will give you just access to be able to book on more channels. I'm just not interested in this one. But I do love Buffer. It is one that I do recommend just because of the type of services that they have. I think they definitely make it a lot simpler. So next up is Simplify. And I tried Simplify last month because originally I did this one last month. And I have a love-hate for it. It kept timing me out on one of my social medias that I was using. And it kept having a problem posting. Like I would set up a post and see how those are read. So then I would end up going and still either having to post it myself. Oh no, it took 3 times before it finally went through. And so even though I think this is a good tool for some of the things that they offer, this is not one of my favorite sites to use. And even though, you know, this is under the free account, like Buffer, they don't give me access to look at anything else. I do like that they give you an AI generator that can come up with some captions for you. They will look at if you're creating a post and you're trying to get some good imagery going, they will help you with your palette. If you have an image and you need the background erased, they do have an erase tool here. So if you wanted to use the tweet image in one of your photos, so they can help you create a GIF. Again, removing that background, right? They have some videos here that you can watch to be able to assist you with getting started and amplifying that your analytics. But again, you can't get the analytics unless you have a paid service. So before I even show you anything here, let me see if I upgrade. I just want to see. Okay, so this one isn't bad. $9 a month. Everything else free forever. So you still get the 1K Google fonts, the magic resize options. I said Google and my phone was like, what can I do for you? They'll help you set up your brand kit, download more font formats, and the background remover credits per month. So see how you can't do it for free, but if you're doing a $9 plan, you can do the credits per month. And you know what? That's actually $9 billed annually. Let's see what it is monthly. 15. See why I don't even, no, that's why I don't pay for nobody. But so this is, you know, just some of the stuff that they offer for that. So if we're going into publishing will still allow you to publish up to 3 sites at one time. You can register more than 3. So then that way, if you want to switch out who you're using, you just deactivate one of them to use someone else. But in this one, I chose TikTok, I chose Facebook, and I chose YouTube because you don't find a lot of places that will post to your YouTube for you. So I thought that was pretty cool that they do that. And this pretty much works the same as some of the other sites do. So we would just come to the day. What I do like is see how on the calendar they have, hey, these are some important dates to maybe note. So if you wanted to create a post just for that particular day, they even had some that were on template. Let's see, but I don't see, where's National Pizza Day? Oh, here we go. And this was a pizza recipe Pinterest post. So I'm going to use a template. It's going to allow me to, if I wanted to change some stuff up on here and see, even I can change the website that's on there. They allow you to kind of make whatever personalizations you want. One of the things that I always recommend, if you are, oh no, this is theirs. I want my own, my assets. Okay. And so I always tell people when you are creating any kind of flyer, any kind of image, make sure you always brand. Make it your own. If you're not branding everything that you do, then people are just stealing your stuff. Why would you want people to steal your stuff when it's just so easy to pop your logo somewhere, right? I would rather put it in here. So I might even try a different one because I have my logo in different formats. There we go. Because I'm a smart cookie. Oh, and this is not even the right one. See how I talked all of that junk and I pulled up the wrong one. Ha ha ha. Funny. Let's try it one more time. It's one of these that I want. Let's see. I'll take this one. So I did mine in black and white and black so that no matter what color the background is, my logo will stick on it, and I already took out the background. So then I like to put it on the stuff so that it's harder for someone to try to steal this from me if they wanted to. And then you would just keep creating it. And when you're ready to share, you can click either share with others. And in this case, we want to we can do some animation with it. So as you can see, they give you some kind of something, right, for your free. It's not just posting like it is with Buffer. They do have some extra things that you can do to kind of get some posts done for yourself. So I do like that about them. But like I said, they were a little too temperamental for me. And I'm like, how many of you guys remember the Set It and Forget It? I'm gonna age test some of you in here today. Say it in the chat if you remember the Set It and Forget It, just a yes or a no. I see some yeses, I see some nos. Well, let me tell you what the Set It and Forget It was. It was where we could put our food into a rotisserie type style machine, right? And we would set it and forget it. That was the message. And it was big on all of the commercials, infomercials, all of that. And the audience would be like, set it and forget it. So that's what my idea is for. I don't want to have to keep coming in here and nursing it. So I do suggest you try Simplified, but have Buffer ready on the side if you're going to do something for free. Okay, because it's not a perfect engine, and we have too many things that we have to do than to worrying about what's going on. My absolute favorite, I'm still on the trial for this one, but I used to use this one actually about 7 years ago when I was managing other people's social media. It allowed me to have I think like 150 different social medias on there. And so I was managing other people's social media. And so this really just works for me. But since I stopped doing that, I have not paid for the service. So I'm under a trial now. But anyway, what I like about this is Hootsuite. You see our little owl. Oh, look at him. He loves us. I'm gonna do it again. Oh, and he winks. Oh my God, I love it. Oh my God, he's my new favorite. So Hootsuite.com. Okay. And when you first come in, after you have been with their service for a while, they'll even give you a social media score to let you know how you're doing, and just kind of a breakdown for different things that have happened that kind of made you excellent that month. You can go into Create and it'll pull it right up for you. If you need some inspiration, they also have some posts that you can already use for different things. So if you need to convert customers, here are some good ones that they found converted customers. If you're trying to give those tips I was talking about, here is education, where you can use this to maybe even create polls, do some tips. If you want to inspire people, they have some things for inspirations and quotes. If you just want to entertain people, they have a couple of things for entertainment as well, some ideas that you can use for entertainment. Then they have streams where you can come and you can set what streams you want to see at a glance, and they will automatically put the streams that you want to see at a glance. You can always go down and look at the different ones. I haven't really set anything up in here because I didn't really care. I know. But at least it gives you that at a glance. And then if you want to add things, so see how it just has my company updates. But if I wanted to also look at, let's say, an Instagram. Oh, Instagram doesn't have that much. That's why. So let's try. Twitter always has a lot of things going on. So in Twitter, if I wanted to also be able to see mentions, if I also wanted to see retweets, if I wanted to see the list that I created, then I can see kind of my dash at one time. So I don't have to keep going to all of those different social media sites. I can virtually just come here and see what's going on with everything I registered at a glance. They have your planner, so you can kind of see where you have planned. They can even make recommendations for the best time to post. for a specific brand, and I'll show you how that works. And your inbox is here. So if you wanted to see who is talking to you in social media, you can come to this one area and check on who's been talking to you in different areas. If you wanted to advertise, they do have advertisement here for the boosting, and they have your analytics so that you can really kind of get a breakdown of what's going on, when it's going on. And this also helps you to know the best times to post. So it says I will have 15.25 fans online at 4 o'clock on Friday. So it says, hey, do you want to schedule something for Friday, or do you want to schedule something for the 6th at these times? Because they're noticing based off of just like the times that my fans are most active, that these are the best ways for me to do it. And that's on Facebook. So if I wanted to look at Twitter, Twitter is going to be a little different. Same thing with Instagram. Remember, I was telling you, I know when my people are on. I got to get more stuff on there, but that's on me. And even here, it's showing me, hey, if I do Saturday at 8, I'm most likely to hit at least 91 impressions. And you know what? 91 impressions can turn into what? 200, 300 likes, right? So this is definitely a great tool to have. I mean, it's pricey, guys. This doesn't come cheap, but I definitely suggest you at least do the free trial to kind of get your feet wet. And then that way you can make sure you are capitalizing it. If you have to go back down to the free ones, you already know what you're doing, because at least you tried Hootsuite to be able to get all of these amazing, amazing stats for yourself. So, you know, definitely you like it. I love it, because we all love 5.7K impressions, don't we? I'm sure. So let's look at the planner. So when you go into the planner, you would select your day. So let's look at the 3rd, and it shows me the 3rd and the 4th. I can go ahead and create post, and based off of what social media site you registered, you can either select them separately, or it's going to show you your most recently used. So I'm either posting on 4, which is including TikTok, or I'm posting on 3, which I'm either posting on 5, Jesus, which is including TikTok, or I'm posting on 4, which is not. So then that way, if I'm not doing a video, I can just take TikTok right off of that, right? It does the same thing when you select what media you want to kind of go out there. Let's see. I knew that file would be too large. I don't even know why I selected it. That's like a creation I'm doing for a banner. I'm creating, doing a show at the Richmond Raceway. And so we wanted to make sure we had that. Okay. So I'm just going to do, all right, I won't send it out. So I'll do this one again. And then this way I can also add TikTok back on, because this is a video. And so then you would just, you know, create your post based off of the information you are wanting to share. We're going to do hashtags, right? We're going to make sure that we are hashtagging our business, not money signing our business, but hashtagging our business. And we also want to make sure that we are, if it's a contest, if it's just information, if it's about Jamaica, somebody, whatever, you want to make sure you have a good hashtag in it specifically towards with that information that you're sharing. And you can even say hashtag travel agents rock, because we do. All right. And for some sites, they will even let you sneak in. You know how if you put in a URL, it's going to change it to a short URL because they can't promote your URL. However, I found that you can do your URL without doing the www in front of it. And sometimes the only person who catches it is going to be Facebook. Now, I know you see a lot of red. What I also love about this is they say your grammar is terrible. Let's fix you up some. Sometimes they want to fix something that you've worded for that reason, for a purpose. So you would just tell it to ignore it. But other times, especially if you're going to be posting on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that not just your spelling is correct, but your grammar is correct. Okay. And just like the other sites, I can come into Facebook. If I wanted to add more here, I could. LinkedIn, if I wanted to add more here, I can. Remember, your Facebook and your LinkedIn should be your longer post. That's where you can leave more information. See, look at this. LinkedIn is 3,000 characters. So, thanks to Grammarly, you can definitely do 3,000 characters and be comfortable doing it. Instagram, you want to have a little bit of information, hashtags, and maybe a link. Twitter, you're going to want less wording, more hashtags. If you can throw some links in there, that's great. Same thing with TikTok. You don't need as much wording because this is as big as it gets. Oh, and that's also the beauty. They show you what it's going to look like on each one of the social medias. So if you don't like how something is coming out, you can definitely kind of click it and change it. And there was one other thing that I did like. Okay, so specifically for TikTok, if you want to allow comments, allow people to stitch it, allow people to do duets next to your stuff, then you leave these here. If you don't, just uncheck them. And I'm trying to see, because I think it's one other one. It has something. Nope. Okay. They're all like that. So then after you can also, I don't have my YouTube on here, but you can add YouTube. You can add almost every social media platform that's out there can be added on Hootsuite. So that's the cool thing about them. And then when you're ready to schedule, you go ahead and click schedule, or you can save it as a draft. And see how now it says recommended times. So it's letting me know, hey, if you want to post on February 3rd, the best time for you to do it is going to be at 3 p.m. It does not start doing recommended times until you've been there for at least 2 weeks, because then it starts to get a real good handle on what your audience is. Everyone's audience is different. Once you're ready, you just go ahead and hit schedule. I'm gonna hit done. I'm gonna hit schedule. I'm gonna hit draft because I don't want this to go out again. And it says it saves my drafts. To see it, I can just come into drafts. And if I need to edit it or if I'm ready to post it, boom, I can do it. It's done. How many of you are excited about having the prospect of now being able to kind of just automate some of this social media, get it out the way so you're not looking to post something every day? %100% me. Thank you. I see a lot of me's in here. Absolutely. Because this is the hardest part about being our own managers, being our own boss, is that we have to do our own social media. So I'm going to show you one more, guys. In Canva, after you have created that great post, that great, whatever it is you're looking for, I have a couple of different ones. Let's see. I think that's the one I'm going to do though. I do have this coming up too. I'm going to stick with this one. Okay. So what you can do when you're ready to post, whatever it is that was so beautiful and you created it and everyone loves it, you can go to share options here. And even right in Canva, you can share on social media. You love it. Thank you. Love it. Great information, guys. So all you have to do is select which one. The bad thing about it is once you schedule, if you schedule a post, you cannot touch that flyer until that post goes out. So if you don't schedule a post until the end of the week for this particular flyer, they recommend you make a copy of it in case you need to do anything else with it before that post goes out. And let's see, I'm going to say for the 4th, next. I don't want all the pages. I really just want the first page. Oh, that's funny. So wait, current. Then why won't it? I wanted to take everything else off. I don't want this. This is I redid my website, and so this is now what you see when you come on my landing page. All right, so then I'm going to select what social media I wanted to go on. Twitter is all about that life of rebuttaling. Relaunch. Brand new me. SLM bookings. Destination. Okay, again, spelling is key. There we go. Weddings. Hashtag, who am I with now? Sandals, that's right. Hashtag love. All right. So then once I get this all set for when I want it to go through, I'm going to click on schedule. And it's telling me it's preparing my design. It does have a little motion in it, so that's why it went up as an MP4. And 10 years from now, we'll be able to see what's going on. Definitely the slower of all of the options, but if you're also incorporating music that they offer you to use on here, it's the fastest way for you to get past any of the because I was having a problem uploading sometimes to TikTok. It would tell me that it was a copyright infringement, even though I got the music from Canva. So when I started making sure that I posted it from Canva, the license would be attached to it. Just a little pro tip for you guys. Wow. So while this is taking forever, I am now opening the floor for any questions you may have. Who's got them? I'm answering. So I use Wix for my website. I have used Wix for a really long time. I'm actually a Wix pro. Sometimes they still send me clients to help build their sites. They do have a free version. However, I do have a video on creating your website where I give you examples from the Google sites, from GoDaddy sites. I do a little bit on Wix. I don't do that much on Wix, but I try to use some that have free to paid plans. So if you go to that video, you'll be able to see it. But this is kind of like what my site looks like now. So I created that, and then I have, this is the rest of that presentation you saw. That's why I didn't want the two things to connect, because I wanted to be able to kind of give people a little bit of information about what I specialize in before I do that. How do I change PDF in Facebook? So you need to be changing the, changing it before you put it in Facebook. So where are you getting, Marilyn, where are you getting the PDF from? Marilyn, did you hear me? Where are you getting the PDF from? And then I can tell you how to change it. All right, while we're waiting on Marilyn, anybody else have a question? All right, so finally, you see it has finally scheduled. So see how it says make a copy? And that's because you cannot touch this until it is booked. It's a booking from Royal Caribbean. So if you created it as, are you saying you created it as a flyer? If you create it as a flyer, you should save it as a PNG or JPEG. But let's just go look at that, because I don't need that for anything. Are you using Canva to create your flyer? Marilyn? No. Okay, so usually I create my flyers through Canva so that I can save them for what I need at that moment. So let's look and see which one do I have that is just a flyer. I haven't done just a flyer in a long time. Okay, so if I wanted to post this after I've created it, I would go to share. And when you go to download, it's going to give you the different options of the file type. So this automatically say, hey, we suggest this to be a PNG, which is awesome. That's a picture file. And then all you have to do is click the down arrow if you need it to be a PDF, if you want it to be an MP4, if you have something moving in here, if you want to make it a GIF. So whatever you want to be able to do, that's why I like creating in Canva. Their free option gives you a lot of license to do a lot of different things, but their pro account, see how they have a little crown here. If you're not a pro member, you would not be able to use certain things that they have here. But they have so many different things that are free that it's okay. Absolutely. So this is definitely worth taking a second glance at and playing
Dale,
around
mira,
with
no
and
había
having
visto,
fun.
pero de lo que me compró Maura ahora. Ay, Maura.
Somebody has their phone
Sí,
unmuted.
una de
We
15
can
mil
hear your
pesos.
conversation.
No, pero me lo pagan en 5 semanas, pero la puedo comprar en 5 semanas.
That's all right. There we go. All right. What other questions? How much do we have to pay in order to offer incentives? Oh, Precious. That depends on who is your platinum? Is it Courtney? Yep. So get with Courtney and she will be able to, because and the reason I'm saying this, guys, every platinum has different resources. So yes, I do. Miss Smith. Smith is my maiden name. I do offer one-on-one trainings and I do have some other trainings on YouTube. But is it Shawanda? Yes. All right. So absolutely. So yeah. So get with your individual platinums and ask them if they have incentive voucher, if they're a part of an incentive or voucher program and how you can get involved. It is, because I don't want to tell you it's not my right to, I'm a gold, I'm not a platinum. So it's not my right to be able to invite anybody into anybody's program. So you definitely want to make sure, as I stated, we paid a one-time fee. And it's well under $20 for the whole year, and are able to run contests. And so because they're vouchers, they're not a free vacation, because that person still is responsible for the taxes and surcharges. So we have to be very, very careful in on our wording on those things. What else we got? I know we got something else. Unless we're all smart cookies here, and I love smart cookies. I'm gonna switch you guys back over here. Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. So remember, you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/SLM bookings, all one word though. And I do have a section for training. I have a training on building those websites. I have a training on making your business make sense. And that is a basically social media and marketing one for you. I have one on tourcations, on how you can create those amazing tours for your clients. And I have a couple more coming out this month. I know I have 1 or 2 more in there, but I have a couple more coming out this month. So, if you definitely need any help, friend me on Facebook, ask me questions. I definitely do not mind answering questions. Even if we're not on the same team, we are still part of the same organization. So let's continue to keep helping each other out. I love that you guys spent your night with me. But if you have no other questions, you definitely are free to go. My suggestion to you is think about your questions overnight. And if you need to get back with me, I will answer. My Facebook is Letitia McDougall. Let me put that in the chat because it is a doozy. And it's so funny, it keeps taking me out. For some reason, it keeps taking me out of the chat. I've never had this hard of a time. It's got to be something that I'm playing in the background and it's kicking me out. All right, and let me make sure that I send this to everyone. So that is my name on Facebook. If you need to Facebook me. Send me a request. I check my requests at least once or twice a day. If you're not able to friend me, follow me and I will friend you from there. Some people are not allowed to. I'm getting that for you right now because I'm going to copy it exactly how they have it here. Oh, and I'm glad I did because they put an @ symbol on there. Look at that. And you guys get to see some of the videos I create for advertising. Oh, for some reason, it just went to you, Miss Smith. Hold on one second. Let me copy that. That's hilarious. Everyone in meeting. All right, I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm going to still be here for a few more minutes, guys.